So what they will do is they will give you one of the sides, and if it's a special right, you will come over here and you will use the special ratio, okay? So let's take a look at our first example. The 12, is it a leg or is it the hypotenuse? Okay, so we're going to put that under hypotenuse. Okay. Can you tell, just by looking at that, what the value of x is? Because we have to know what the value of x is, right, before we can figure out the leg. So just looking at that, do we know what the value of x is?
Yeah.
You do? What is it?
3.
How are you getting a 3?
Well, it's either 3 or 6.
Okay. So we don't know.
No.
We don't know. Okay, so we have to find what x is. So since we have the special ratio, we know that the hypotenuse is always x times the square root of 2. So if my hypotenuse has a value of 12, I'm going to come over here and set that equal to the x times the square root of 2. Now, if I do that, then I need to solve for x. So the way I'm going to get the x by itself is I'm going to have to divide out the 2, or the square root of 2. Okay? Now, that brings us back to what? We cannot have a square root in the denominator. Okay? So we're going to have to rationalize it. So, what am I going to multiply this with to get rid of my square root of 2? Square root of 2. So in the numerator, that leaves me with 12 times the square root of 2. And then the denominator, I will just have what's left? We just have the 2. And that is our x. Can we do anything else to that?
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, we've got a 2 and a 12, so 12 can go to 6. So we would have 6 square root of 2 for our final answer. So then you would come back over here to your table, and you put in the value of the legs. Whoops. Okay. Our second example is the 5 leg or hypotenuse? Leg. So I'm going to put that value in here. This is 5. So what's the other leg?
5.
And what's the hypotenuse?
5 times the square root of 2.
Okay. All right, so let's look at the first one. The 8 was a leg or the hypotenuse?
The leg.
The leg. So that gave us 8. So the other leg is?
8.
So the hypotenuse is?
8 square root of 2.
All right, so on to the 25 is the what?
It's the leg.
Okay. So the other leg?
25.
The hypotenuse?
25 square root of 2.
On number 3, what's the 19?
Hypotenuse.
Okay. So we don't know what x is, right?
Right.
So this is the one that we solved. So 19 equals x times the square root of 2. What are we going to do to solve it? Divide that square root of 2 on both sides. Okay. So we get x equal to the 19. Okay, so since we can't have that square root down there, what do we do?
Multiply
Square root of 2, top and bottom. So what do you have in the numerator?
19 over 2.
No, what do you have in the numerator?
Oh, 19.
19 times square root of 2 over over 2, right? Because they cancel each other out.
Oh, yeah.
So that, you guys, that is both the legs, right? That's both of the legs. It looks like a very strange number, right? But this is normal when we're working with these kind of problems. With our table set up, our short leg, long leg, and so that's what I always refer to these now as. Instead of leg, I do short leg, long leg, and hypotenuse. Okay, so let's take a look at our first example. What is the 6 representing?
Short leg.
Across from the 30, it's the short leg. Okay, so let's put that in over here. Short leg is 6, then what's the long leg?
X.
No. X,
Y
we know,
6 times square root of 3.
it's the 6 times, you already found X, right?
Oh.
Remember I said this is just literally just subbing in. Okay, so if the short leg is 6, the long leg has, I'm sorry, the hypotenuse is 12. Okay. Okay, let's look at example 2. 4 times the square root of 3. Short leg, long leg, hypotenuse.
Long leg.
Long leg. Okay, if that's the long leg, what's the short leg?
4.
And hypotenuse. Okay, and our last one. This is the fun one. You guys love this one. Okay, 8 is the what? 8 is the long leg. Okay, okay, so do I know what X is? If I just have an 8, what's my X?
4.
You don't know what it is, right?
Oh,
This
no.
is like the other one, that square root of 2. We're gonna have to solve it. So you set the 8 equal to, in this case, it's X times the square root of 3. Okay, so we're gonna divide, right? The square root of 3. So X equals 8 over the square root of 3. And then we must rationalize. So we rationalize by multiplying. So what does that leave you with in the numerator? 8 times square root of 3 over 3. Okay. All right, so that's your short leg. That's X, right? So X is short leg. Okay, so what's hypotenuse? Multiply that by 2. So 6, yes, so that would give you 16. That is not going to, that's not going to affect the other, those will stay as is, right? Because you're just multiplying the 8 times the 2. So 16 square root of 3 over 3. Okay, so let's do our, thank you, x square root of 3 and 2x. Yes, sir. Go out in the hall and do it. Yeah, but not right now. You can call in a minute. Okay. What is the 20? Long leg. So let's put it in the long leg. Okay, so you see the problem again here is that we don't know what the x is, so we need to solve it. So let's come over here. So 20 equals x times the square root of 3. So again, we're going to divide. So x is 20 over the square root of 3. And again, we will need to do what? Multiply by that square root of 3. Thank you. Very good. So that gives us 20
Square root of 3 over 3.
square root of 3 over 3. Okay, that's all your x. So that's your short leg. Stop. Okay, so then what does that leave your long leg? Hypotenuse. And that would give us what?
40.
So long leg is going to be the 2 times the 20. So 40 square root of 3 over
Over
3.
That's not that bad.
Huh?